Hello there. This isn't going to be a proper video. Sorry about that, guys. It's not going to be a full-on lore video. Still really busy at the minute because I'm about to start at university. So I'm preparing a lot of different things for me to be beginning. And also I came off an access course. So at the minute we're at the refresher course stage. And so I have to do a project for that as well. Like a group project that I've got to do. Something that will be good for the channel that's coming out of this, though, is that I'm going to be getting a new laptop for me to be taking around on campus, and that is going to help for videos because it's not going to have as much fan noise, and so I won't have to edit out loads of crap, and I can bring it wherever I want as well. So I could even take it to some kind of studio in the university. I was thinking about this as an idea. And then just kind of using some massive high-quality mic, maybe. So that's a possibility as well, but we'll have to see what happens. As a side note, I have seen a couple gender-neutral toilets on the campus since I've decided to go there, as I've been in for my course. So I'm kind of wondering what I've got myself in for, but to be honest, the professors of the School of History don't seem too cucked, and that's what I'm going to be reading, so that's okay. And the guy who does my course seems to like what I'm writing at the minute, so I think I'll be alright in my zone at least, but yeah, the general environment. But anyway, the question is, what would Queek, Headtaker versus Wulfrik the Wanderer look like? So when you're delving into the lore for questions like this, you have to take a lot of things with a pinch of salt because of the propaganda style that a lot of the lore pieces are written. Any piece about a certain character kind of exaggerates their strength, or at least in their kind of origin story when they're the hero of the story and they're winning everything and whatever. So with a pinch of salt, we can see that Wulfrik the Wanderer is certainly a very beastly Chaos Champion, and has taken out many other Chaos Champions even before he's become the inescapable wrath of Chaos, right? And also from his past dueling all these Chaos Champions, and his present as the hitman of the gods, we can tell that he's going to be a great duelist specifically. Now on Queek's side, we're dealing with a very similar story. He's like the biggest of a big litter of Skaven, hand-picked and raised from birth to be a great warrior. But he's also operating in a Skaven kind of ecosystem, and Skaven are usually smaller and less good at fighting one-on-one than humans. Or at least, like bad fucking Norskins. I don't want to get into speculation about whether Skaven have more genetic variation than humans or whatever, so I'm going to assume that Wulfrik has a size advantage here. A size and strength advantage here. Okay? Because, he's a big, strong human, Queek is a big, strong Skaven. I'm going to assume that Wulfrik is still bigger and stronger. Perhaps Queek, with his craziness, could actually get a win in the kind of ferocity factor here. But also, Wulfrik is completely committed at this point to being the inescapable one of the gods, and he's pretty ferocious as well, so it's going to be a slight win if there is one at all there. Also, I think Queek is probably a bit faster than Wulfrik, as he's a scurrying Skaven, and is also souped up with all kinds of paranoia and ego that will spur him on. Probably been huffing warpstone as well. But he's probably less well armoured, because Chaos Armour seems to be, top tier shit, matched only by the Gromril armour of the dwarfs. But Queek also has his Dwarf Gouger weapon, which must be very good at piercing armour, unless it's just the kind of magical properties of the weapon that makes it only gouge specifically dwarves. Although I don't see why he would pick that one up if it's that specialised. He'd probably use something else, I guess, for this duel. But it looks like it's armour piercing, so I'm going to go with that. It looks like it would pierce some armour pretty well. If it pierces Gromril armour, then it's going to pierce the Chaos armour. So anyway, it looks really close, right? And this is all fluff that we're having to take pinches of salt with. So, it all seems kind of inaccurate at the minute. Who even knows who's going to win at this point, right? Who knows? But there is a better way of doing this, I think. Perhaps we can learn more by seeing what opponents these respective heroes have defeated in the past. In this regard, it seems like Wulfrik wins out, lore-wise. He's beaten a Bull Centaur Lord, a Yeti Chieftain, countless rival Chaos Champions, a debased Forsaken, Giants, and a Merworm, which are the big ones. Queek, on the other hand, has beaten a Dwarf King, which is no small feat, but it's not up there with a Merworm, I wouldn't say. A Skaven Warlord, other Skaven Warlords, probably many of them. Baron of Aveland, and an Orc Warboss. While these are great feats for someone to be 1v1ing, it's very much... It's not top tier, it's top of the Skaven tier, if you know what I mean. We're still in Skaven tier 1v1ing capabilities. So from the lore, I'm going to have to conclude that Wulfrik the Wanderer would beat Queek Headtaker in a 1v1, although it probably would be very close. Right. This all does hinge upon one thing, though. Would Queek have the sense to pack a warp pistol, or something like that? If he packs any kind of these Skaven technological trinkets, he could just fucking blow the guy's head off mid-fight, point blank, right in the fucking face. But because Lord Queek Headtaker does not have the normal Skaven capacity for cunning, and also kind of believes himself to be invincible, I'm not going to assume that he's going to do that, necessarily, unless he happens to have it on him anyway, so it's still a gamble. All of this could go either way, really. And also, Lord Nordwell is not going to have time to convince him to start carrying one, because he's not going to hear word that Wulfrik's out for him, is he? He's just going to turn up in his magic longboat one day, immediately where Queek is. So that's not going to be a possibility. Regarding who would win based on stats in the tabletop, I think I'm going to have to rely on someone to look up the 8th edition stats and tell you all in the comments, if anyone does have them to hand. I've tried looking them up, but I can't find the whole stat line and everything. But it does seem like Queek is worth like double the points of Wulfrik. So perhaps he would win just on being a more important kind of character. But also, Wulfrik is highly specialised towards duelling, and all his moves are about like picking one specific champion and killing them. But it seems to be like the main thing that makes him valuable is that the opposing champion can't refuse the duel. So he can go in on like sorcerers and stuff, and they just have to fight him in melee. So perhaps he's more of a bully guy. I'm getting this kind of impression, because he's quite a low point model, the resources they use in the tabletop, right? So, yeah, perhaps he's more of a bully than an actual awesome duelist. He just runs off this whole thing of them not being able to refuse a duel. So they just use him to kill all these squishy characters, right? And he gets an attack bonus once he's in an actual duel. Queek, on the other hand, can't refuse duels and gets a bonus when he's in a duel. So maybe that's some kind of counter. But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't find all the stats, so that's all I'm going to have to say on that. Apart from this bit, which I just remembered to mention, which is that Queek gets several bonuses that are specifically against dwarves. So maybe that also counts against him. Yeah, he gets special attack bonuses against dwarfs. So perhaps that also wastes some of his point value, if you get what I mean. I'm trying to work it out by efficiency here. Alright. So if Wulfrik is like 180 points, but it's all optimized towards dueling, but then Queek is 300 points and it's optimized towards taking out lots of dwarfs, then obviously Wulfrik's probably going to win. But also, Queek also has some dueling things, so yeah, I'm confused. Someone tell me just some raw stat information in the comments if you do have it. Thank you.
Land ahoy, boys! I see my quarry. Quick, headtaker! Stop shitting yourself at the sight of my warship and fight me! Your Lord Nordwell cannot fight this battle for you this time. Just you and me. You cannot be pampered here, you deluded faggot!
Manling, you know nothing of the feats of Queek. I am the strongest in all of the underworld, the Under-Empire. Fight me now! One hit, dead. Another enemy for my trophies. My dominance is insane.
I can't believe he thinks he did that.
Stay down, you manling bitch!
If I wasn't making such a handsome amount of warp shekels from Nordwell for this, I'd find this rather annoying.